Hi guys, I'm Sandy and today's video is about the future of work. Here's the thing, a lot of things are changing these days. The Great Resignation has made workers from all over the world think about what they're doing with their lives and how living for work, working long hours and exhausting themselves for that paycheck at the end of the month just isn't worth it. People want a better work-life balance and businesses have to adapt to that or risk losing their best talent. At the same time, we see technology advance and make a lot of jobs obsolete. Machines are not doing the work people used to get paid to do, particularly at a time where the pandemic made the need for automation greater than ever, for safety and productivity reasons. The pandemic was a challenging time for businesses all over, and let's put it this way, when revenues, but not wages, fall, humans become relatively more expensive, giving bosses an incentive to use machines. Also, we can't forget, though we often do when we discuss this big quit, about all the people who lost their jobs with the pandemic, meaning they didn't quit, they were let go without a lot of options of what to do next. For many people, 2021 wasn't a time of getting a better job, of improving their work-life balance. It was a year of worry and loss of income. Overall, it's no wonder people are worried. So the question here is, what is going to happen in the future? What jobs won't exist anymore in a decade or so? What will change? And most importantly, is your job safe? This video will try and answer that question, and if you stick with me to the end, I will also add a list of jobs experts believe are the future and the jobs that have no future. So, are you ready for it? Let's do this. None of this is new if you think about it. Workers have been worried about the future of their jobs for centuries and have always found new ways to adapt to a changing job market. They've done it during the first, the second, and third industrial revolutions and can do it again as we enter the fourth industrial revolution. It is undeniable that automation is all around us, from the kiosks at the fast food restaurants to cashierless grocery stores, even those inventory robots at the big supermarkets. All of them replace lower skilled jobs, and soon enough, these jobs just won't exist anymore. But it's bigger than that. Higher skilled labor like construction or product design, among others, are also seeing automation find a way into their tasks and making some professions obsolete. Okay, so with all of this, what are the skills that will be valued in the future of work? The ones you will definitely want to work on. First, personal skills like emotional intelligence, stress management, and assertiveness, as well as interpersonal skills like leadership, good communication, conflict solving, and mediation skills. Then we have learning skills. At a time when honing new talents and adapting to the job market's needs is more important than ever, coaches and teachers have never been more necessary. Next, there's writing skills, particularly at a time when social media, blogs, and newsletters dominate the way businesses communicate. Whatever medium you choose, being able to create engaging, captivating, and effective text or script is key. And then there are, of course, technological and scientific skills. With automation at the heart of the future of work, there are still a lot of things that only humans can do. And you can start by looking into coding if that's an area you're interested in. Now, before we continue, just a quick reminder to tap that like button if you're enjoying this video, of course. That way, YouTube will show it to other people as well, and it will really help my channel grow. You can also subscribe to my channel and get all the latest content as soon as I publish it. So, after all is said and done, what are the professions of the future? This is the list to keep in mind. The first are health professionals, of course. No matter how advanced the tools and the technology are, a human input will always be required. Doctors, nurses, carers, as people live longer and longer, healthcare will be much needed. Next, we have creative professionals like writers, as I've mentioned, or photographers, artists in general, really, videographers, content creators, etc., etc. Again, the technology to aid them exists and is getting more and more advanced, but can't quite do it on its own, not to the same creative standards. Moving on, we have salespeople. Can you imagine any kind of technology being able to persuade you to buy something, particularly when you're not really convinced? Selling requires special skills that technology can't quite replace. That chatbots come nowhere near. Now, let's talk about food. Yes, we already have all sorts of food processors and machines that simplify all sorts of tasks when cooking. But can they be great chefs? Can they actually do it on their own? Not quite. Another profession that will be in high demand in the future, well, it kind of already is IT. Like developers, software engineers, and app developers, to tie up all that amazing automation and technology and make it work in our favor. Last but not least, we have education. People will always need to learn, to pick up new skills. It doesn't matter what education will look like in the future, if it will be online or in person, for example. The fact is, we will always need teachers. And now, of course, for the jobs that will soon become obsolete within the next decade or so, as the future of work becomes the present. We will start with professions related to agriculture, because a lot of these professions, like managers, farmers, and ranchers, are becoming increasingly automated and are expected to become fully automated within the next decade. Also, professions related to mail delivery, like the mailman, as well as jobs related to data entry or data analytics, for example, all tasks that are close to becoming fully automated. Now, this next one, we're already kind of seeing it disappear. Travel agents are becoming more and more obsolete, particularly when you can get so much information online and like on YouTube with all the travel channels and the travel blogs. Then it's a matter of checking out the prices and making the reservations, easy peasy and cheaper. And then we have cashiers, and I've mentioned this earlier, with all the automated payments and the amazing technology that allows you to go to the supermarket and take care of everything without any human assistance. Another profession that's quickly becoming obsolete is bank teller. Now, I'm not saying that bank branches will completely disappear within the next decade, but I will bet you that most of them will close down because online banking is taking over, and it's just so much easier than having to go to the bank. Honestly, I can't remember the last time I did it. And this list goes on and on and on. In fact, if you feel like there is one I missed that you think is really important, let me know in a comment below. I would love to hear from you. So, why is this happening? Essentially because machines are cheaper in the long run and more reliable. They don't get sick, they don't go on vacation. Anything that a machine can replace will be replaced, and it's just a matter of time. And while there is no way of telling when exactly that will happen, my advice is to definitely look into developing those skills I mentioned earlier and making sure that the career you choose is one that will be needed for years and years to come. I also strongly advise that you watch the entire Great Resignation series to get caught up with what's going on in the world right now and how it's shaping the job market. That is it for me today, and I will see you over there. Bye bye!